Alright, so hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and week 3 of the Wolf of Saturn Nightwave season is upon us, and most of the challenges are pretty straightforward. It's stuff like finish 5 sets of sorties, do 3 sabotage missions, catch some rare fish in Orb Valleys, and mine some rare gems in both Orb Valleys and the plains. But there are once again some of them that are a little bit harder to complete, and I saw some people talking about how they're struggling with them in the chat. So I thought I would put together a quick video to give you some tips and tricks once again. So the one that seems to be the hardest for people is the Halls of Ascension challenge. And this one is actually fairly easy to complete, even solo. So what you do is you go to Lua and you can either play the mission Plateau, which is an exterminate mission where you can find the extra caches for some bonus at the end, or the one that I did and the one I would actually recommend is Copernicus, which is a capture mission where you can just capture the target and then deal with the Halls of Ascension. Now there are, I think, 7 different Halls of Ascension. These, by the way, reward you with the Exodus mods upon completion, and I unfortunately don't know how to solo all of them, or if it's even possible to solo all of them. I only know how to solo 3 of them, but even with me only knowing how to solo 3 of them, I was still able to do this in about 30-ish minutes by just running the mission over and over and over again. You're looking at the first one right now. I like to call this one the Laser Clock of Doom, and this one is pretty straightforward. So what you do is you run into the middle and you step on the pressure pad. This will activate the puzzle and it will start shooting lasers towards the center. Now you have to stay in the center, otherwise the pressure plate is going to get destroyed and you will fail. Now there are 2 ways you can deal with this puzzle. You can either just face tank the lasers with your frame in the middle and shoot all the lasers that are orbiting you with an AoE weapon, because the lasers have a button behind them that you need to hit in a fairly short time frame, so that's one thing you can do if you're fast enough. Or alternatively, you can stand in the middle, look straight up, bullet jump straight up, and then use transference and void dash your operator out of the way. This will make your Warframe fall back onto the pressure pad and activate the puzzle, and you can then run counterclockwise with your operator, hitting the buttons with your amp. Now this usually takes me a couple of laps because you have nullifiers covering the buttons with their bubble, and I'm also just generally derpy, but if you keep at it and you just keep going, you will eventually get it done, which will make the Doom Cloak disappear and open a hole that you can fall into in the middle, which allows you to get the drift mod and 1 point toward the challenge. The second hole I know how to do is the organ puzzle, and this one looks difficult until you do it a few times and you realize how easy it is to cheese. So here's an easy way to do it. Go to the middle, shoot the only button that's available and jump into one of the 2 tubes that opens. Then you immediately want to turn left, jump as soon as you get booted out of the tube, aim glide, shoot the button and try to land into this tube. Once you land there, you want to wait for the tube to eject you, then you want to jump, and then you want to bullet jump on the top floor. This doesn't count as a failure. And we're going to take advantage of this fact to finish the rest of the puzzle. So we're going to shoot that button right there and drop into one of the top 3 tubes that open and have a green ring around them. Eject, jump, bullet jump. 2 buttons appear. They're kind of hidden at the back. So you shoot one, you shoot the other, tube opens, you want to gently drop into the tube, get ejected, jump, land on the top floor, button, shoot, tube opens, gently jump into the tube, because if you do fall all the way down, you will have to do it again. Get ejected, jump out, land on the top floor, here is the final button, final tube is open, glide into the tube, and then you want to jump towards the ceiling and boom. Another easy drift mod and another point towards the challenge. I have no idea why it works the way it does. I just one day jumped too high, landed on the top floor and realized that the tubes were not closing. So there you go. And the third and final hole that I actually know how to do is this one right here that has that dude right there. So what we do first is we have to shoot these 2 button looking things, which will release the water or whatever it is and power that dude right there. And then you have to get the drone dude to shoot the bottom white section of each pillar from the outside. And you do that by either just sort of standing on the pillar or wall latching onto the bottom section of the pillar, waiting for him to teleport to the right spot, charge up, and then dropping right before he fires his shot so he hits the pillar instead of you. Once you manage to get him to hit all 4 of the pillars from the outside, the center will once again open, you can go down, get 1 point towards the challenge and get your drift mod. And that's pretty much all I know, but it was more than enough for me to once again finish the challenge in under 30 minutes. The second challenge that I saw some people complaining about was the one where you have to open 4 Orokin derelict vaults. For this, you're of course gonna need the keys that open up missions in the Orokin Derelict, and you're also gonna need all 4 of the dragon keys if you want to do this alone. Then you want to get something like an Iron Skin Rhino, which is what I would recommend because he's probably the best, and you simply want to equip all 4 of the keys. And the reason we're using an Iron Skin Rhino is because if you have all 4 of them, you're gonna be slow, you're gonna be doing low damage, you're not gonna have any health, and you're gonna have very low shields, which makes you extremely vulnerable, but you can bypass that completely by just putting on Iron Skin or something like Iron Skin. Now, I would personally recommend direct capture because it's the fastest one. You just capture the target and then you can spend as long as you want looking for the vault. And since you've equipped all 4 of the keys, you will always have the right key for the vault, which means you get 1 point towards the challenge and a corrupted mod.
You've unlocked an Orokin vault. It's clean.
And finally, this one could be a bit of a pain if you don't have a stealth frame, and it's the one where you have to finish an extermination mission above level 30 while being undetected. And for this one, it turns out you can just finish Oxomoko in the void, I guess because there are no alert consoles, so you can't technically be detected. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not being very stealthy over here. This is a clip that I recorded for the Tatsu video that released on Monday, and I accidentally finished the challenge without even knowing that we had this challenge. So here we go. I jump right there, and boom, challenge complete. And I'm sorry I don't have better footage for this challenge, but I had no idea it was gonna get completed by me bulldozing my way through Oxomoko with the Tatsu. And that's pretty much it, so I thank you very much for watching as always. I hope you've enjoyed the video and it was helpful, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.